Oops. That's going to be a great picture on the video. Okay, this is going to be 200 Q&A. I'm going to do it alone, so we'll try to make it 200. We'll see how that goes. So I'll just say question and answer, and it's not really hard, so that's good. It's going to sound fast, though, because I'm alone. But practice will be good for you. Okay, ready? Question. Okay, let me go back a couple of steps here. Answer, I'm sorry, go ahead. Question, did you ever see John riding on the outside of the car prior to that night? Answer, no, sir. Question, and did you ever see any of your friends do anything like that? Answer, no. Question, so this was not something that was common for anybody to ride on the outside of a car. It was an unusual event. Answer, yes, sir. Question, when you stopped the car and you went back and John was lying on the road, were his eyes open at that point? Answer, I don't recall. Question, did he say anything to anybody? Answer, I don't recall. Because I was in the driver's seat and I just remember stopping and the guys all got out and went to check on him. Question, so you were sort of a little bit behind them? Answer, yes, exactly. So I was kind of the last one to see because I thought it was just a big joke at first. I mean, not a big joke. I just thought he was joking around with us at first. Question, did some of the guys walk to your house from the spot where he fell? Answer, if I can recall, I think that they did. I think some decided to walk, and a couple of us jumped in and drove back to the house. Question, before you loaded him into the car, did anybody say anything about calling 911 or the police or an ambulance or anything like that? Answer, I think we didn't realize right at first the seriousness of the situation because we didn't think we were going too fast. I mean, we all felt like we were going slow. We thought he just fell off and kind of rolled, but we didn't think he hit his head. Question, but as far as you recall, nobody called 911 from the scene. Answer, yes, that's my point. We didn't think to call the ambulance because we didn't think it was that serious at first. Question, when you got to your house, he was taken inside and put in a bathtub. Answer, yes. The couches at my house were very uncomfortable, so we just thought if he was sick and stuff like that, we wanted to make sure he kept his head up, so we put him in there. Question, do you remember whose idea it was to put him in the bathtub? Answer, I don't recall. Question, now, your mother was there that night. Answer, yes. Question, but she wasn't present in the area where you brought him in and put him in the bathtub. Answer, no, sir. Question, do you know if she had been asleep? Answer, yes, she was. Question, during the time that John was in the bathtub, did he say anything to anybody that you recall? Answer, I think, if anything, I think somebody said he did say something, but I think it was maybe one word or two, and that was it. Question, did you actually hear that? Answer, no. Question, after you had him in the house and in the bathtub, was there some discussion then about calling 911 or calling an ambulance? Answer, yes, absolutely. Question, how long after you got there was that first talked about? Answer, until we actually called the ambulance or until somebody talked about it? Question, until you talked about it. Answer, we put him in the bathtub. We immediately talked about calling the ambulance, but we were just trying to figure out the situation, if it was even necessary, if he was going to be fine the next day, but at the same time, we didn't know if it was serious enough to call the ambulance because we were scared of getting in trouble. Question, do you recall any discussion about people saying that you'd wait a certain number of minutes and if he wasn't better then to call the ambulance? Answer, I think I do remember that. Question, do you remember who said that? Answer, I remember we said if 10 minutes or so went by, and that's what I remember, because I remember we called about 10 minutes to 15 minutes and after we put him in the bathtub. Question, and do you remember who called? Answer, yes, Mark. Question, did he call on your home phone? Answer, yes. Question, do you remember what he said? Answer, no, sir. I just remember I dialed the number and just gave the phone over to him. Question, so you dialed it and gave it to him? Answer, yes. Question, do you recall at some point somebody hanging up the phone and then getting a call back from the 911 operator? Answer, I just remember giving him the information, and then I remember them calling back because my mom answered the phone, and that's when she heard about it. I think that was just to acknowledge them coming or something. I don't know. Question, after that, did she come downstairs? Answer, yes. Question, what did she say when she came downstairs? Answer, I don't recall. I just don't think she realized what was going on at first. Then the cops stormed in, and so did the ambulance. Question, who arrived first, the police or the ambulance? Answer, I don't recall. I think it was at the same time. Question, what happened when they arrived? Answer, they went immediately to the bathtub, brought out the stretcher, cops came in, it was all real fast, came right at us, questioned us. I just remember them drilling us with questions. Where did we drink? What did we do? What happened? Question, so Did they do that as a group or individually? Answer, as a group. Question, was that the statement that you were referring to that you gave at that time? Answer, no. This was the false statement that our friends and I said at first because we were scared and we didn't want to get in trouble. Question, so rather than saying that he had fallen off the car, you said he tripped on a step. Answer, we made up a story to say that he tripped down the stairs. Question, you did tell them that you had been drinking. Answer, yes, and they knew immediately because his injuries were too severe from just falling down the stairs. Question, you say they knew immediately. What makes you think that? Answer, because the injuries on his head, they were just too serious for a trip down a stair. Okay, keep practicing. There's a lot of good phrases in there, a lot of good things that you could practice. So if you like this one, go back and do it again. Take care.